Well, if I may have the very difficult task of trying to get your attention for just a few moments, I'd like to say thank you on behalf of the school, but I have a feeling it's going to go back to that prayer thing you quieted down for. Those of you up front that are listening. So then we do this. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. It's a good SLU High Jesuit Catholic group. Good evening. If I haven't had the chance to meet you, my name is David Laughlin, and I'm very proud to be the president at St. Louis University High School, and I want to welcome you to this Founders Reception for our annual donors and Heritage Society members who have remembered us in their estate plans. And I want to do a few special introductions, certainly the staff who've coordinated and our Jesuits who are here tonight. And I'd like to recognize just one guest that we have with us, and if I'd ask you to stand. Jesuit Father Jeff Johnson is the president at our counterpart school, Strake Jesuit in Houston, and he's here spending a few days at SLU High looking at the school. And I wanted to introduce him so that later on I can shorten his conversations. Father, what do you teach here? Father, what do you do here? So now the conversation can go elsewhere. Let's also welcome specially, we have people here tonight from Chicago, Minneapolis, Jackson, Missouri, Bonita Springs, Florida, Overland Park, Kansas, Ponca City, Oklahoma, and I think a number of other places out of town. How about a warm welcome for all those folks who've come back from out of town? Welcome back to St. Louis and St. Louis U High. So this is it, a President's State of the School thank you remarks. And I thought I would start with a question tonight. How do you know, how do we know that we're accomplishing our mission? And to answer this question, I usually spit out a litany of successes of our boys in the classroom, ACT and advanced placement averages, national merit, etc. We talk about what they do in the arts, in activities, in sports, and community service, and retreats. I could talk about the strong interest in our enrollment with well over 300 applications for next year's class, anxiously awaiting their admissions letters at home this Saturday morning. Yes, I could talk to you about the information that we regularly list on our website to help us celebrate the achievement of our mission, but then I'd be defeating the purpose of asking you to go to the website and keep up on the school, but more on that later. No, tonight in answering the question about how well we achieve our mission, I'd ask us to reflect on what St. Ignatius identified as the purpose of our work at a school like St. Louis U High, and that is to save souls. And that sounds a bit more complex than an objective test score or some success that our boys so regularly celebrate in the classroom and out. The total formation of a human person is a developmental process, and you help us provide all the resources necessary to put that in place for our young men. But the way we talk about achieving mission can too often be boiled down and captured in data points and bragging remarks. So I thought tonight in discussing how we're doing on mission achievement that I would talk about taxes. Yes, taxes. Now, this is the part where you probably think I'm going to provide an advertisement for a tax service company because they've sponsored my talk tonight. And actually, now that I say that out loud, it's not such a bad idea. But that's not it. Taxes. You know, it's tax season. We will work and prepare in our homes the preparation of our taxes in offices all across the country. And that, for all of you in this room, is where you have a letter from me, notes that your gift gave no goods or services as a result of this gift. But that is not the type of tax letter or preparation that I want to talk about tonight. I'd like to talk to you about another tax letter. Forming the human soul reminds us of the work of Jesuit formation is about the heart. Many of you in this room knew Father David Fleming from the class of 1952. He noted that for St. Ignatius, whose schools are so widely known for their academic excellence, The spirituality we share is a response of the heart, and that response is to the love of God. And that way, through the love of God in our response, we live more deeply into all these other things we talk about that are achievements of our school. And that is why our school stops 3 times a day and prays that we dedicate all of our thoughts, words, and actions to the greater glory of God. But how do you measure the heart at a place like St. Louis University High School? I want to talk about the tax letters I get. The ones that are the result of the tax letters you get from me. Letters ultimately tied to your gifts. And you're responsible for the fact that I receive them. And they are indications of mission success from a different perspective and different perspectives. And I believe they help us answer the question how we're doing on achieving our mission and measuring the heart. From the mother of an upperclassman. I want to thank SLU for being something that we can all be proud of. We are so grateful for the wonderful education he received and for the financial help when my husband lost his job. I know our son will be prepared to excel in college. He had to work very hard, but even he appreciates the tools it has given him. Even more than the education, I really think he would not be the exceptional young man that he is without SLU. He got more out of his service project than he ever imagined, and Kairos Retreat was extremely meaningful to him. Just a few examples that make a big difference, and I see that he has been tempered to endure and hope that he will be a man for others for a lifetime. I got this one from a senior that graduated last spring on his first day of college this fall. Mr. Laughlin, today I had my first day of classes at Boston College. And while this is my dream school, I am loving college, every part of me wanted to be starting another school year at SLU, a 5th year of sorts. We say tradition never graduates, and I know it never will, but I wish the same were true of students. One of the greatest lessons at SLU came from Coach Baudendistel's counseling speech after we lost a water polo state final. He said, "It hurts because you care." I could write a 15-page email to you partially driven by homesickness about why I love SLU and how much I'm going to miss it. But in avoidance of a sappy cliche message, I simply want to thank you for making it hurt so much to leave the U-High. Thank you for helping make SLU such a great place to call home for the past 4 years. And as I said, thank you for making me care and making it hurt to leave. Now, don't let this email worry you that I'm not ready for college or clinging to the past or maybe somehow SLU didn't prepare me for the next step. I'm absolutely ready for Boston College, and I am beyond excited to be here, and I am certainly well prepared both as a person and a student for these next 4 years. Honestly, I just didn't want to leave. I didn't want to write too long of a message, and yet I simply don't know how to express my gratitude toward not only you but the SLU community. I think I tweeted a farewell message or maybe posted something on Instagram, but I know that's not enough. I'm most likely majoring in English, so while a large donation in my future is not very foreseeable, I will always be willing to help out in any way I can, and I hope you'll never hesitate to ask. Luke. I got this from a past parent. I just wanted to let you know how much I appreciate the work that Joe Comos, and Joe's here, Joe's our Vice President of Administration and a founder, how much he has done to help me as I have worked down our tuition bill and finally paid it off today. And I've included a small donation to SLU. Joe has been patient and tactful throughout the process. Many other schools would not have been so forgiving. And Joe worked with me as my financial situation improved. Like a lot of middle-class families, we were hit hard by the recession, and SLU was always willing to work with us. Whatever tuition we paid was only a fraction of the value that my boys received at your school. My kids weren't star athletes or merit scholars, but they found a place at SLU, whether it was in the classroom, the campus ministry office, the prep news, or serving meals at Karen House. Best of all, they left with a deep understanding of their faith, wherever that leads them. I got this from the mother of a graduate last year. Thank you for all SLU does, caring so deeply about every student and every family that walks through its doors. Thank you for providing an environment where it is normal to be smart, where debate and banter flourish, where art, music, and sports thrive. Thank you for the opportunities that abound here and encouraging boys to try something new, and for making our sons feel loved and valued. They knew every single morning they left the house at the crack of dawn that they were part of a special school community, one that will remain with them the rest of their lives. It's in their blood, and their high school memories are now priceless treasures. Your influence matters more than you can fathom. There is simply no place like SLU. As we look back, we can only smile and thank God that they experienced SLU. What a gift. Yes, it's tax season, and on the question of an audit of our mission achievement, I believe we stand not perfect, but ready to answer the question positively about not only our students' accomplishments, but our formation for those young people. Now, if St. Ignatius were to send an audit team, not from the IRS, but the IHS, I think we'll be okay. We're trying to save souls and form young men and let their many talents be in service to the world. And the bottom line is I get those letters because you make that education possible for them. Here's one more, and then I'm done. There are many people in our St. Louis community that don't know about the wonderful culture of our school, and further, they don't know that because of you, our education is made available to boys based upon their ability to learn and not their family's economic circumstance. Indeed, yesterday I took some issue with an article in the St. Louis Post-Dispatch about Bright Flight scholarships that simply did not understand what you and so many others provide that is special about our school. And this is where I'm going back to our website. I encourage you to read my response to that article sent to the Post as well, because you are the ones who provide the ability for what I describe in that response. Earlier today, I posted it on Twitter, and a 2015 graduate, remember that 2015, sent me this email, our last tax letter this evening. Mr. Laughlin, thank you for your eloquent letter to the Post-Dispatch. I enjoyed the thoughtfulness of the article, but I am deeply grateful that you clarified to them exactly where SLU stands on the socioeconomic spectrum. Reading your words was an excellent refresher of the gift I thank God for every day, the gift I received at Backer Memorial every day, and for 4 years and continue to receive today. I was inspired to throw another $20.15 at you guys. He's going to be in this room someday. Thank you for helping us with our tax preparation. We know we're going to get a clean audit. God bless you for helping our school, its mission, and the young men of St. Louis U High. I hope you enjoy the rest of the evening. Have fun.